What up, what up, what up? Out here in these North Georgia mountains, about to drop another dope vlog for you great people, my viewers, subscribers, all y'all. Thanks for watching in advance. Now here we go. Welcome, good people. Welcome to another vlog. This is P9, and I am here in historic Dahlonega, Georgia. Dahlonega is a city located in Lumpkin County in the north part of the state of Georgia. And Dahlonega is a very historical city in North Georgia. Why, you may ask? Well, because Dahlonega was actually the site of the first discovery of gold in the world, or at least in America. You know, this is where gold was first discovered in America, before California. Right here in Lumpkin County, Georgia. So there's a lot of history pertaining to Dahlonega as far as gold prospecting. But here I am in the public square of Dahlonega. And Dahlonega is a very nice city for tourists as well. It looks like a pretty nice touristy city. A lot of old historical buildings, like this one right here. And this is called the Price Building, which was erected in 1897 by former Congressman W.P. Price to house Price and Son general merchandise downstairs and Colonel Price's law offices upstairs. Later leased to various businesses, it was Dahlonega's first movie theater. This building right here. Hal and Carol Williams purchased and rehabilitated the structure in 1981 to house a Christmas shop. In 2001, Sam and Julia Norton remodeled the downstairs as a desert tree and picnic cafe. So yeah, this is right here in public square, right across from the courthouse, the county courthouse, which we'll get to in just a minute. But here we have the Kilwin's ice cream shop right here. Kilwin's ice cream. So they do have an ice cream parlor. And you know, like I've said plenty of times before, if there's a Kilwin's in your city or town, your city got it going on. It's like a major tourist draw. And right here, this is another historical building, and this was also erected in 1910 by Dr. Homer Head. And this was this building right here housed the medical office supplies, and also the Bank of Dahlonega on the main floor right here. So right now this building is occupied by a vintage music store, and they're upstairs actually. There goes the vintage music store right here. Okay, really dope. Dahlonega itself was established in 1833. And location-wise, Dahlonega is located at the north end of Georgia 400. Georgia 400 is a major highway that runs through Atlanta. So it's one of the major highways through Atlanta, particularly in the Buckhead area. So it runs all the way up through Atlanta and all the way up to the north end, which is here in Dahlonega. There goes another historical building. This building right here was, this particular establishment, the Fudge Factory Confectionery, was established in 1982. But this building right here was actually built in the 1800s. And the earliest building on this corner right here was the Bank of Darien, which was built in 1835. There's an ice cream parlor right there, and some more historical buildings. Now this building is called the Sargent Building. It's a really nice historical building right here. And the first building that's on this site was a trading post known as the Brew Stand. Sheriff John Sargent purchased the site in 1908 and raised the existing structure to build the present building, which opened as the Dahlonega Hotel in 1911. The lobby and dining room occupied the first room. Hotels were upstairs. Some of the first to book rooms, Sheriff Sargent later learned, were the notorious bandit Bill Miner, aka the Gray Fox, and his accomplices. So yeah, very historical building right here. Again, it's called the Sargent. Built in 1910. And now this building occupies an array of establishments. It's occupied by an array of establishments, one of them being a clothing store called Vicky Lynn's. Also, another store called Well Made. They have a jeweler right here. All this located right here in this historical building. And check this out. Check out this bear sculpture. It looks like it's carved out of wood. Yeah, that's really dope. That's really dope. It's called the Fred Jones Building right here. Mm-hmm. Hey. Hi. Hi. Mm-hmm. Yeah, check this out. This marker right here with the public square. When surveyors laid out the original village, this space was designated the public square. The center of the square was reserved for the construction of a courthouse completed in 1836. The public square embodies the rights guaranteed to the people in the Constitution of the United States, including freedom of speech and peaceable assembly. So yes, this public square is very historic. As you can see across the street over there is the old Lumpkin County Courthouse, which I'm gonna get to in just a second. But yes, generally throughout the course of the year, there are a bunch of celebrations, a lot of which commemorate the gold rush days of Dahlonega. Again, remember the gold rush took place in 1829, so that preceded the California gold rush by at least 2 decades. Here goes another historical building. This is called the Frank W. Hall, or this building was erected by Frank Hall. It's called it's occupied by the Bourbon Street Grill and Hall House Hotel. But Frank Hall erected this building called the Hall House Circle 1881 to provide lodging for travelers and a residence for himself. He came to Dahlonega from Vermont in 1868 as a mining superintendent. Hall patented his own design for improving the existing stamp mills using to process gold. Over the years, he acquired many gold mining properties and town lots and was known as the richest person in Lumpkin County. So yeah, a lot of these window panes were made out of stained glass. Really nice building. As you can see, that's the other side of the Hall House. Here we are. We have arrived at the Lumpkin County Historic Courthouse. And here's a marker right here that chronologically organizes the events here outside the courthouse. The discovery of gold brought a rush of prospectors, businessmen, and settlers to North Georgia. The potential for wealth pressured the federal government to gain access to the gold-rich lands originally inhabited by the Cherokee. Let's not forget that this land was originally inhabited by the Cherokee tribe. But yeah, the lands were seized and then distributed via the Georgia Gold Land Lottery to residents and veterans in 1832. And Lumpkin County was created out of this lottery on December 3rd, 1832, and named for Wilson Lumpkin, then governor of Georgia between 1831 and 35. In 1833, Dahlonega was established as the county seat for the growing community. Gold was averaging $19 per ounce. You know, again, $19 back in the mid 19th century, that was worth a lot of money. $19 was a lot of money back then. It's not worth much nowadays, of course. But more on that in a minute. The architectural style is a version of classic revival with Jeffersonian, Greek, Roman, and federal influences. So there goes the original county courthouse photograph back in 1880. That's when, this was back in 1880. And this is just a outline of how the columns look. So the courthouse was renovated by the state to house Lumpkin County's gold rush history. It opened in 1967 as the Dahlonega Gold Museum and continues to serve as a guardian of the region's rich cultural legacy. So again, Dahlonega, known for its gold history and gold and whatnot. And of course, as everybody may know, gold is definitely a top tier commodity. Gold is definitely a top tier commodity. I wouldn't mind definitely investing in gold myself. Which reminds me, one of you gold companies out there, y'all shoot me a sponsor. Y'all hook me up with a sponsor, like for real. Everybody on YouTube getting sponsored by these gold companies. Hey, I'll be a good a pitch person for your gold company. Since we're on the subject of gold. But yeah, this is the Dahlonega Gold Museum, old Lumpkin County Courthouse, and this building was constructed in 1836. So as we mentioned before, there goes those columns, the Greek Revival style architecture. And check this out. Look at this door right here. Again, it goes another historical marker with the timeline on it. 1828, 1829, gold is discovered in Lumpkin County. Thousands of miners flood Cherokee lands, and that was 1829, 1830. So even the Cherokee tribe was occupied, were the original occupants and indigenous people of this land, and even the land is rich in natural resources. And of course, minerals and things of that nature based on its geographical location. Yeah, so Dahlonega was definitely a huge site of prospecting gold. So when prospectors arrived in Lumpkin County, the cheapest and simplest method of finding gold was panning. It was a process called panning. The desire to quickly process larger quantities led to sluicing, dredging, hydraulic and hard rock mining, and remnants and evidence of these methods are still visible today throughout Lumpkin County. And they also had a Dahlonega mint where they produced coins and processed the raw gold and turned them into coins. And the raw gold was melted into liquid. Liquid gold is cast into ingots and then rolled into coin thickness. And rolled gold is cut into blanks. Blanks are struck on a mint press at a rate of 50 to 60 coins a minute. It's crazy, isn't it? But yeah, that's how the gold was extracted from this land and turned into coins. So this just images that show the process of the extraction of gold here in Dahlonega. And of course, Dahlonega was a major site during the Civil War. And during that time, the Dahlonega Mint had to shut down because of the war. But yep, this is the Gold Museum. And here goes the admission prices right here. That's good that they're open on Sundays as well. A lot of museums don't even be open on Sundays, but that's good that they're open. Go this way. Plenty more to see, people. It's a lot of land out here in Dahlonega for sure. This is the first unoccupied building that I've seen downtown Dahlonega thus far. And here we are at Hancock Park. Hancock Park is a extremely big green space downtown Dahlonega. And check this out. Here's some artifacts, it looks like. The artifacts that represent the gold mining history here in Dahlonega. So this is the restoration and preservation by Courthouse Inc. So I guess this is like the harness that transports the. This is the diving bell. So, okay, so that's what that was. I was wondering what that was. It's called the diving bell. So it basically went through the restoration process in 2010. And this is basically where they stabilized and welded the metal. And this is a gear from the boat that was used for raising and lowering the diving bell. So there goes the gear right here from the boat. And these are the individuals right here, the men who were, part of the process of transporting this extremely large diving bell right here. So, okay, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So I wonder if this had anything to do with the gold mining process back in the day. If this type of equipment, or is this something else? Either way, it's dope. It's dope. So basically, it came from the banks of the Chastity River to Hancock Park, from obscurity to fame. Okay. Oh, by the way, this building over here is the what's called the Sherman Green Lodge. So they have actually quite a few hotels downtown. Over here, downtown Dahlonega. Dahlonega is that much of a tourist attraction that where they have multiple lodging facilities. So that's pretty cool as well. This is the old Storehouse Inn right here. So I guess that's another one of those bed and breakfasts, I guess. I don't know. But it says it's a Storehouse Inn, so I don't know. They also have a wine tasting and art gallery in that building, so I guess that's what it's for. There goes the sign right here for Dahlonega, established 1833, first major U.S. gold rush. So right here you have a silhouette of a prospector, and right here you also have a silhouette what looks like one of the Cherokee Native American Indians. Looks like he's paddling a boat. That's what it looks like. Just based off the silhouette, it looks like they have the feathers and the headdress right there. So it looks like the Cherokee Native American. Yeah, but Dahlonega has a very, very vast history though. Out of all the cities and towns that I've vlogged in today, Dahlonega has to be definitely hands down the most intriguing. And check this out. And this is right here at Hancock Park once again. I have to get the sculptures and everything like that. So right, what you have here is you have the swing right here. And then you have the recreational area. You know, the little play area, whatnot. Looks like these sculptures are made out of wood. And of course, these are for kids between the ages of 5 to 12. They play in these sculptures right here. This is symbolizes the Dahlonega gold mine. So I like how the playground equipment goes along with the theme of the city, being a huge gold mining city and whatnot. So that's pretty dope. And then you have this guy right here. I don't know if is this the largemouth bass or is this some other type of fish? I'm not really sure. Pretty cool nevertheless. And check this out. Check out that sculpture right there. That's called the Maibaum history tree. And it just basically, this basically what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it's 7 branches of this tree right here. That was this sculpture that was built in 2000. Again, it's called the Maibaum history tree. Branch 1 illustrates wildlife that roamed prehistoric Lumpkin County, including wild turkey, beavers, black bears, wolves, trout, panther, white-tailed deer, and golden eagle. Branch 2 illustrates the Native Americans of North Georgia, ancestors of the Cherokee, with the atto, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but a throwing stick with projectile point, a stone drill making projectile points, climbing into a white oak dugout, and smoking a clay pipe. Also shown are Cherokees with corn, beans, and squash, grinding corn on a metate, celebrating the Busk summer solstice, and the Cherokees' forced removal from Georgia on the Trail of Tears. But yeah, the Cherokees, those are my people right there, like for real. I have Cherokee in my blood, so shout out to them. Shout out to them. And of course, you know, the settlers came in Dahlonega, and that's when all the gold rush and branch 4, branch 5 is when the U.S. Mint federal soldiers started guarding the U.S. Mint during the Civil War. And branch 6, North Georgia College was built. And then you also had the wars that took place: World War I, World War II, Korean War, Vietnam War, Persian Gulf War. And then branch 7 illustrates Dahloneg's public square as it is today. So yes, so this is a very historical, this monument illustrates the history through multiple generations right here in Dahlonega, different time periods. And this was designed and constructed by Harriet DeWitt O'Rear and Steve O'Rear of Iron Age Crafters. Gene Cuthbertson, Chair, Millennium Celebration. So shout out to all of those involved. Again, shout out to the O'Rears for this beautiful sculpture illustrating the history of Dahlonega. Wow, it's been 30 minutes already. But it feels good to be back vlogging again, consistently. Still cold, but it's better. The sun's out now, but you know, we're supposed to be getting down south. We're supposed to be getting an Arctic blast next week, so we should be expecting that. That's going to be something else. It's going to be worse than the one last week. We talking single digits, you know? Yeah, so that's why I figured let me go ahead and vlog, get as many vlogs in today, because there's no telling what I'll be able to do. I might not be able to do anything next week. Also want to mention that Dahlonega is also home to the University of North Georgia, which is a military college here in the state of Georgia. Just thought I'd mention that. The campus is actually not far from downtown. It's like, it's technically downtown. It's not far. It's actually within walking distance of downtown. And here goes another historical building. This building right here is called Shenanigans the restaurant that occupies this historic building, I should say, is called Shenanigans Restaurant and Irish Pub. As you can see right here. But the building that this restaurant occupies is called the Strickland House, which was built in 1882 by E.W. Strickland as his residence. It was later the family home of T.F. Christian, clerk in Superior Court and cashier at the Bank of Dahlonega, and of Dahlonega's first woman mayor, Miss Jessie Gardner. The building was purchased and rehabilitated in the 1980s by Hal and Carol Williams, who leases it for offices. An Irish pub called Shenanigans opened in the lower level in 2007. And again, here you go, right here, Shenanigans. And let me get the front of it right here. Very historical building right here, of course. And this is a memorial garden called the Connor Memorial Garden. So this is dope right over here. They had a fountain right here. Had to come over here because it's really caught my eye. The little the chess board right here with all the chess pieces, the black and white chess pieces. You have the kings, the queens, the pawns, and the rooks chess pieces right there. Really nice. And this right here, this building right here is called the Jones Label House. In this building, the James Label House, or the Jones Label House, excuse me, the Jones Label House was established in 1881. And now it is occupied by a bohemian boutique called Grateful Days. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Here goes a restaurant right here called 19 Degrees North. It's a seafood and grill. It's pretty cool. Dr. C.H. Jones erected this building as his drugstore in 1909. Doctors dispensed their own medicine. Customers visited the soda fountain while awaiting their medicine. Dr. D.H. Doc Lipscomb opened Lipscomb's drugstore here in 1922. Using mortar and pestle to grind ingredients, he added liquid and rolled out sheets, which he cut into sections and rolled around into pills. Woody's Barbershop has operated continuously since 1926. This building has housed real estate office in recent years. So, but right now it looks like it houses what looks like a dress up. So it's called Dress Up, which is a clothing store. Interesting. They got a ramen and bento restaurant. Canopy the Roots. It's like a restaurant. Check this out. This is the Holly Theater right here. The Holly Theater. A very historic theater right here in Dahlonega. I'm not sure how old it is. It looks like it's been up, if I had to estimate, since at least the 1930s or 40s. But it's still open to this day. Of course, they show a bunch of musicals and things of that nature. And this right here is the entrance to the University of North Georgia Military College, which was founded in 1873. So it's a little entry arch right here. And the arch itself was donated to the college by the graduating class of 1951. By tradition, it is considered to be unlucky for freshmen to walk under the college arch. Over the years, a path was formed where freshmen detoured around the arch. When the arch was expanded in 1995, a special freshman passageway was constructed. Oh, it was unlucky for freshmen to walk under a college arch? So how is it for a non-college student to walk under the arch? I wonder. But yeah, this is the campus right here, University of North Georgia. Again, it is a military college. And it's one of the many colleges that's located in the university system of Georgia. It's a nice campus though. See, I told y'all that the campus was like within walking distance of downtown. See all this snow right here. Price Memorial Hall. This is called Price Memorial Hall right here. And check this out. Of course, being that this is a military college, it's only right that they have an artifact of military equipment. Goes another one of the college buildings called Hansford Hall. And goes one of the monuments right here on campus. This right here is the historic Vickery House. That's also part of the North Georgia campus. Had to come over here and get this right here. This is the rear of the Vickery House. And right here is the 1832 Gold Rush era log cabin, which has been preserved now for about 193 years, 193 years. So close to 200 years that this log cabin has been standing, and they've done a great job of preserving it. And this was actually donated in 2011 by the Smulian family. So as you can see right here, 1832 Gold Rush era log cabin donated in 2011 by the Smulian family. So yeah, it has been nicely preserved because of course it was originally built in 1832. So that was a really good deed by the Smulian family, donating that historical building right here, the historical log cabin. Now this is another, looks like another historical building right here. It's called Dahlonega Inn on Main. Dahlonega Inn on Main. This building was, this particular structure was built in 1846. So we're talking close to 180 years this building has been standing. It has a pretty nice looking backyard right here, or whatever you want to call it. Have a gazebo out back, so that's dope. And again, this is called Dahlonega Inn on Main. So a lot of lodging accommodations located around close proximity to downtown. So that's the cool thing about Dahlonega. I'm pretty sure they attract a lot of visitors. Pretty sure they attract a lot of visitors due to its historical nature. It's a really nice town, you know, up here in the North Georgia mountains. And with that in mind, good people, this concludes the Dahlonega vlog. The Dahlonega, Georgia vlog has been concluded with that in mind. And if you made it this far in the video, I ask that you please hit the like button. And I also ask that if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell. That way you guys get notified each and every time I drop a new vlog. And with that in mind, good people, you guys take care, stay warm, and have yourselves a great evening. Peace.